The brutal truth about skinny wrists. Let's start with the truth: your wrist bones aren't going to grow. The actual joint where you wear your watch is mostly bone and tendons, and once you've finished puberty, that size is pretty much set. But don't click away yet, because here is what changes everything: the muscles sitting right above your wrist respond incredibly well to training. Even if you have huge biceps, small wrists can make your arms look weak. However, building the forearms directly above the joint creates a massive visual illusion that makes your skinny wrists look way thicker. To do this, you don't need generic exercises, you need the right ones. And because forearm muscles recover faster than almost any other muscle group, you can train them frequently, just like arm wrestling legend Devon Larratt, who hits them almost every single day. The science of the pump. Why do most people fail to grow their forearms? Because they only do standard wrist curls. Researchers used EMG electrodes to see what actually works, and they found that standard curls hit the flexors, but they don't create thickness near the wrist. On the other hand, pronation exercises, think turning a doorknob, hit the pronator teres muscle at 73% of its maximum activation. This muscle is located on the inner side of your forearm just below the elbow. Devon Larratt calls this his best weapon because it's what separates elite arm wrestlers from everyone else. Most people never train it directly, and that is exactly why their wrists look thin. Today, we're using research from the International Journal of Sports Physical Therapy to give you 3 exercises that actually work. Exercise 1, the rock climber's secret, crimp hangs. The first exercise comes from the athletes with the most developed forearms on earth, rock climbers. Scientists measured muscle activation in climbers and found that the flexor digitorum profundus, the deep muscle that controls your fingertips, activates at a staggering 96.6% during a crimp grip. This muscle is what creates thickness throughout your entire forearm, especially near the wrist. How to do it: find a pull-up bar. Instead of wrapping your whole hand around it, grip it with just your fingertips. Your fingers should be bent at the first knuckle. Let your body hang with straight arms, but keep your shoulders pulled down so they don't collapse. This puts your grip muscles under constant tension, just like a climber on a cliffside. Crimp hangs safety and timing. A quick warning: this puts a lot of stress on your finger tendons. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately. If you're a beginner, keep one foot on the ground or use a resistance band for assistance. We are training for time under tension, not just reps. Start with 10 to 20 second holds for 3 to 4 sets. Rest for a full 3 minutes between sets to let your grip recover. Only add weight when you can comfortably hang for 30 seconds with just your body weight. This builds that internal mass that fills out the area right above your wrist bone. Exercise 2, the old-school bodybuilder trick. In the 70s and 80s, golden era bodybuilders didn't have EMG studies, but they had massive forearms. They used a variation called the behind-the-back finger curl. When the bar is behind you, gravity forces it to roll out of your palms and into your fingertips on every single rep. How to do it: stand with your back to a barbell set at hip height. Grab it with a shoulder-width grip, palms facing away from your body. Now, let the bar roll down into your fingertips until you feel a deep stretch in your forearms. Then, curl your fingers closed first, pulling the bar back into your palms, and then flex your wrists upward. It's a 2-part move: fingers first, then wrists. Do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps, and pick a weight you can control perfectly. Exercise 3, the arm wrestler's weapon, pronation. Now for the muscle that everyone ignores, the pronator teres. This is that meaty area right below your elbow crease. When this muscle grows, it adds width to your upper forearm, creating a powerful taper that makes your wrist look more defined and strong by comparison. How to do it: sit on a bench and rest your forearm on your thigh, with your wrist hanging past your knee. Hold a light 5 to 10 pounds dumbbell vertically, like you're holding a hammer. Slowly rotate your forearm inward until your palm is facing the floor. You should feel the inside of your forearm working right below the elbow. Pause at the bottom, then slowly rotate back up. This muscle is built for endurance, so aim for 15 to 20 reps per arm for 3 sets. Frequency and programming. The best part? You can do all 3 of these in one session. Because forearms are small and recover fast, you can train them 2 to 5 times per week. You can tack this onto the end of your regular workout or do it on your off days. Just one rule, don't do this right before heavy lifting. You don't want your grip to be fried before you try to deadlift or do pull-ups. Listen to your body and focus on the pump rather than going to total failure. 9 to 10 o'clock, the 8-week results plan. Here is your roadmap for the next 2 months. Weeks 1-2, focus on form. Use light weights or just body weight for the hangs. Weeks 3-4, start adding small increments of weight, about 2.5 to 5 pounds. Weeks 5-8, keep adding weight slowly, but only if your technique stays perfect. Week 9+, this is where you'll start seeing those visible changes in the mirror. Remember, don't destroy your forearms so much that you can't train for days. Aim for a 7 or 8 out of 10 effort. If you have questions, drop them in the comments, and thanks for watching.